Welcome into a brand new edition of All Eyes on Cleveland here on the Browns Film Breakdown Network. Good to have you with us. Sorry about that. I thought I saw something wrong with my broadcast, but we're all good. We're good. What is up, Big Case Dog in the building? Doing big things. Lots going on with the Brownies. Much to discuss tonight, sir. How are you?
It's just another Thursday, like the news just keeps rolling. We got to keep rolling with the punches. It's fluid. Everything we think we know is up for grabs. So looking to get into it.
I love this, DeAndre. That's
Same.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Newsome trade is the biggest news. Is Broken Arrow. Yep, DeAndre does get it. And bye, Greg. Charlie, not sad to see Greg go. All right, well, let's start at the top of things here. So, with this show, we don't get a chance to talk about what happened in London.
Mm-hmm.
In jolly old London, eh? Oh no, I got a lot of bad reviews about my.
No, I saw you get good ones. I saw a guy
Was there good ones?
Yeah, he was like, look, they said it was not the worst they had heard.
Not the worst, huh?
Dude, take that. That is a compliment.
Yeah, that's not bad. In jolly old London, eh? Oh yeah.
Okay.
The Browns lost 21-17 in a game that they did everything I asked of them to do.
Same.
Except break down on a cover 2. All right, let's go through this.
Mm-hmm.
These questions are going to come up. Appropriate usage of timeouts from Stefanski?
No.
We've been debating this all week.
No. My strength's the defense. I want to stress the offense. I want to make them have to hustle and be discombobulated. But you gave up so many chunks. It was just a catastrophic cascade of errors at the end of that game. A full team error. I mean, obviously you get the ball with 3 and change and you run your 4-minute offense and we're not having a conversation. But you don't.
Correct.
You're very predictable in your 2 run attempts, and then you have to throw it to get to the sticks, and then obviously that doesn't work. And then you don't get a good punt off. And then the defense is uncharacteristically like playing on the back foot. And, by the time you gave them the yards you gave them, okay, you're like, okay, they're at least going to get to kick the field goal. It shouldn't have been that way, man. Like, and all that stuff even being said, the offense shit in the bed on the final drive, bad punt. I still expect the defense to go out there and handle that business.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You just let it get away at the end, man. And you have to win. When you're not overly talented, you have to win in the margins.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where you blew the game, was in the margins of that.
So the end of the game, the most critical thing I've been about was the Browns play calling down the stretch. As predictable as it gets, you've got to have a gotta get it. And I've talked all week about this with Jake, but like you've got to have a gotta have it first down play in your bag at that point in the game to extend the drive, and they just didn't have one. They didn't have an answer. They went back to the predictable stuff. Some of the plays were just not even well executed. The one where Wyatt Teller they're trying to bounce it outside. Wyatt Teller pulls out, and there's an unblocked guy right in the hole. It's just they didn't execute offensively when they needed to most. Okay. They get the ball. Still our defense, right? But now they didn't have a great day. They didn't have the day I expected them to have, partially because Kevin O'Connell's game plan got the ball out fast, and he provided his quarterback with some answers. And also because maybe jet lag. I don't know, but that wasn't your A+ Browns defense effort. I don't think.
No. The interior, the defense, their worst game I've seen so far between
Yeah,
the tackles and the linebackers. Um, you skipped O'Connell's Lou. You kind of like let him have those things. And I'll say this: I was very disappointed even in the run game as far as the lack of like you're playing the Sisters of the Poor up front. Those were scrubs, and
yeah,
you that's a team you have to have your way with up front. If this team is who I think it is, you can't allow them to win the line of scrimmage the way they did.
correct. That was all disappointing. Still, though, in position to is my video doing something weird? Is it
Not to me, but that never means anything. It'll be
okay?
okay on the stream, but then you'll just have to listen to the
If
complaints.
you guys see a flicker every once in a while, let me know. It's like the third time I've seen it. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, they were in position where the defense gets you the win, right?
Mhm.
Defense gets you a stop, you get a win. They go down the field rather easily. And the timeout situation is one that I've gone back and forth on, and Jake feels very strongly that they use the timeouts okay because you're relying on your defense to stop them on that third down. So you use the timeout then because if you stop them, they kick the field goal, then you've preserved the most amount of time. In the moment, I was like, why are you stopping the clock? They're trying to stop the clock. And I think ultimately you maybe accidentally gave them a shot at the end zone. I don't know how many plays were after that. We'd have to really dig into it. Either way, it's up for debate. I see both sides. I see both sides of it, right? You know what I mean?
It's
Trying to
hard for me to get
preserve.
down. I want the other team to have to be frantic, to want to have more than one thing against them, to have the clock against them. And you
As
kind of gave
well.
them the comfortability to like just run it as
slow
normal,
down.
not have to hustle, not
Yeah.
have to. And then it's just
That's where I see the other side, right? Like
yeah.
the clock should be a part of the defense at that point as well.
hmm
And you kind of gave them time to do what they wanted. They only had one timeout. So I don't know if they get the chance to go for the end zone like that. Do you know what I mean? They may
Yeah.
just set up for a field goal after that first down.
I'm sure that was their initial thing was just getting the field goal range. But as soon as they crack that code, it's like, okay, house money.
We got more
Let's
time
see what we
now
can get
because
away
they
with.
called timeout. Yeah. So so they ultimately though still whether you know call timeouts then or not or extend the time or wait, it doesn't matter. I see both sides. But either way, what was Denzel doing?
Well, this is the conversation that needs to be had, right? Like, for all the fantastic things we can say about what Denzel is as a sticky man coverage corner, he's kind of a liability in zone, man. Because zone's based on rules, and sometimes he just doesn't follow the rule. He goes by vibe, goes by feel, and obviously he has to redirect right there because
Well,
if you give him the free help or the free access to the
yes.
outside,
Yeah.
the safety didn't have time. You have to force him inside to give the safety time to get over.
That's the first thing is you can't give him the release to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You have to force him inside and make him cut it back out, which takes longer to get into that void, and it allows the safety to get over sooner. But that's not the main culprit. I mean, yes, that's fundamentals and should have been done, but really there was no flat player. There was no player
Yeah.
holding him
In place to where he couldn't travel with.
where he couldn't go with the receiver.
Yeah. Yep.
And he should have been playing under it tight with his hands up. He didn't even put his hands up.
No.
So
Yeah.
I just had a hard time with that.
Zone's based on rules, man, and you have to follow everybody's got to follow the rules. If one person breaks the rule of the zone, I mean, even Carson Wentz can take advantage of that.
Yep. They were making it sound like that was the best throw of all time. The dude was wide open. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah, in the NFL, that is a wide open throw.
Yeah. Before the timeout on third down, there was 1 minute left. And it said one timeout, there was not an issue because they gave up chunk yards. They got the field way too quickly. Agree.
Yep. Missed tackles. Schwartz said it today in his presser, and I felt it in the game. It's like you got people out there trying to make the hero play instead of just do your job. Like in that moment, just do your job.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Browns lose in a painful way again. Yeah. But followed them. I mean,
we said it. Keep it on the rails. Don't turn it over. End every drive in a kick. They did all that shit, man. And those are the rules for this week too. Look who you're playing. You can't turn it over against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not a good team, but they turn you over. They're +7 in the differential. That's how they win games.
Yeah,
they give up more points than they score a game, and yet they're 3-1. How is that? They win in the fucking margins.
Yeah, they're due for some regression in that area.
Absolutely.
So
if you turn the ball over, they're not.
Right. So are the Jaguars, by the way.
Yeah.
Time.
Well, I mean, we'll get to that obviously when we talk about the Tyson Campbell stuff, but
yeah. Kramer, what's going on, my man? Got a puppy. I bet you're busy. Yeah. That's tough.
Yo, how was the wedding? We missed a wedding, didn't we?
Yeah, his brother got married.
I remember we got asked advice and everything.
Yeah. I hope the wedding went well.
Did they serve spam?
Did they serve spam?
I don't need to take chances. This ain't the week for chances.
Yeah, I'm not.
Give me the Dolphins. We'll take some chances against Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, hold on 1 week on the chance taking, please.
Twin bro got back from Italy today. All good. I'm glad everybody's happy. And Kramer family. Good. Congrats to the Kramers. Good job, Steven. What kind of dog did you get? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, so I don't need them to be like super aggressive. To your point, DeAndre, they won't take chances. They won't push the ball down the field. Ultimately, there is golden retriever. No spam mentioned.
Oh, that's a rough pup. You're going to be busy for a while.
Yeah, you are.
The energy is going to be off the chains.
They got lots of energy there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I defended Stefanski forever, says Jason. I'm really starting to think it might be time to move on. If they were to move on, who do you think would be at the top of the list? Well,
I'm not to the second part of that, but I get where you're coming from with the first part of that. He's giving you cause to think that way. I don't see it happening in season. It would have to get disastrous before they get to that, but I don't have a list of guys right now that I'm moving on. I'm not punting yet.
What, did I miss something? Was Bailey Zappi named the backup?
No, nothing's been named. Nothing's been made official.
No. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the third string.
See, I look at it different. I don't look at it as in 2s and 3s. Like if you were to tell me if Dylan gets hurt in the game and someone needs to go in and pick up the pieces of this game plan and play I'm fine with that being Zappi. But if Gabriel's going to be out for weeks and you're not getting Shador ready to start, that's malpractice to me.
Agreed.
But if it's in game, I'm not going to be like, oh.
In game, I agree. And I wrote about this. I said, in game, it's fine.
My guy.
But Stefanski should have been the opposite of what he was yesterday. They should have already understood. And maybe he wants to see what happens this week, right? First. But like his presser the other day that we went through on the pod, he was very pouty and he was upset.
Yeah,
frustrated.
He was hurt.
He was in his feelings a little bit, right? And since they got rid of Flacco, so we'll start there. They have activated Dom Jones.
Dom Jones pod right here.
I reached out to him, said congratulations.
I just from the way Schwartz talked today, I think there's a high likelihood he
Woo!
gets matched up on DK a good bit this
He
week.
might start this week, boy.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Dom Jones, he also said he's gotten people ready very quickly in less time than this about Campbell. So either way, Dom Jones, the active roster, Amir Speed, Foot on practice squad / injured. They brought in another corner named D. Williams. No movement of quarterbacks. So Zappy's still on your practice squad. So as of right now, he can't even serve as your third quarterback.
Well, you can be a game day activation, but you have to count him against the active guys.
No. We looked this up yesterday.
So you can't elevate?
Can't elevate.
Without
You have to be on the 53 to be
the emergency quarterback.
Emergency quarterback.
You can't just make him the third string and have him not be the emergency?
You could activate him and make him part of the roster, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You could elevate him and make him part of the roster, but just not designate him. I thought
he wouldn't be the emergency. He has to count against your number.
Yeah, he would have to count against. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Yeah, that would be it, Kramer. That's kind of what the loophole. I guess that's a loophole. If you elevated him, make him your backup, and then make, Shador the emergency quarterback, you can save that roster spot that way.
Yeah.
And that may be what they do, but here's the thing that I want to make clear to everybody that's a Shador fan that wants to see him. I don't want to put him in mid-game.
No.
And I don't think they do either. I think they want to give him let's be clear, in my opinion, he should be next up to start.
Yes. Facts.
I don't want a Bailey Zappi start does nothing for me.
Nope.
Don't want to see it, don't care about it. Meaningless. So the next person that starts, number 42, it would be number 42 since 99. Dylan's 41. Number 42 will be Shador Sanders in all likelihood, but you give him a week of prep as the starter, those first team reps, and you put a game plan in that you think you can be successful with. So let Zappy be the, if they elevate him and do exactly what you said there, Kramer, that's smart actually to think of it that way. And then keep Sanders as the third. That makes sense.
That's what I would do.
That makes sense, because you don't want to put him in game.
No, you want the game plan to be tailored to him and his skill set. You want to give him a full week of prep. Give him the best possible platform to look good, to go out there and show you what he actually has and evaluate on real stuff.
Yeah. Agreed. So that actually seems likely the more I think about it. So good job, chat, as usual. Yeah, exactly, Jeffrey. Exactly. They should be happy this is an away game. If they make Zappy back up the stadium and may get torn down. Yeah, that's why I would, if I was Stefanski, and this is why I wrote about it. I said, if you're going to do this, where you make Zappy the backup in name, you need to, for once in your life, be crystal clear, transparent about why. Explain, this is why he's the backup, because we don't want to put Shador in the middle of a game. But the next guy to start is Shador. You should be transparent about that. It would go a long way to the fan base to explain that in that manner. Will he do that? Probably not.
The chances are pretty close to zero.
But he should.
But at least I need that to be the discourse behind the scenes at bare minimum, so that's the understanding that everyone has,
Yeah. Yeah, Zappy plays were screwed. I totally agree. Broken arrow. Yeah. Is it true? Since he asked about Sanders, I have no idea, McClellan. They may have. I mean, probably. Why not, right? Um, yeah. I mean, I guess I just have. I think that it's easier for a backup to start a game. Baker's a little different mentality wise. I don't. He was also the number one overall pick too. Um, but don't think it's gonna happen.
No. And all right, can we have the wide receiver conversation? People want to have it.
Yeah, let's have it. What is it?
You're running this offense through the running backs and tight ends. Whatever you get out of your receivers are going to have to be a bonus for now. And I'm sick of this. People just automatically getting the snaps. Like, what plays are being made on the outside that makes me think I have to have Bond on the field or I have to have Judy on the field? Like, start putting some new blood in there. People got to make plays when their numbers are called.
Yeah.
You know, this offense as it sits right now today isn't going to work from the outside in. It's going to go from the inside out. You know, I want to see more Thrash. I want to see more Gage Larvdan. I want to see more Malachi Corley. Like, until someone goes out there and shows that they have to be on the field, I'm not going to lose sleep over Judy losing playing time or, you know, a Bond. I'm watching the tape. I'm watching Bond quit on routes. Like, you can't have it, man. They're not playing at a level where I'm like, you have to have those guys on the field. Why? What are they doing for you? Like, until further notice, running backs and tight ends are going to be what moves this offense. Whatever you get out of the receivers until one announces themselves as the dude is a bonus to me. I don't think you go sign a guy and it changes shit about what we're doing right now.
Yeah. The problem I have most with, like you said it, with the offense right now is there appears to be a lack of buy-in. Guys aren't playing all the way through the whistle. Guys aren't blocking. Guys aren't doing the little things that you have to do to be an effective offense, you know, through and through. Judkins is a stud. The running game's coming along a little bit, so you've seen some life there. We'll see a change at, I'm assuming we'll see a change at tackle this week, so it's got to be better than KT Levinson. I mean, that was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's not a tackle. It's just a square peg in a round hole. He's not a tackle.
So hopefully there's some improvement there for Dylan. There were some answers on the backside that he just couldn't get to.
Mm-hmm.
A, because of time. B, because of height sometimes. Which is somewhat concerning.
Because he ain't going to grow.
He ain't going to grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so I'm all for Gage, Corley. Corley actually
plays hard,
a bit, but he didn't get any targets.
No. I mean, and he still knew it. But you saw how hungry he was when he got the ball in the end around. Like, well, you need that. You need that kind of physicality, man.
It. They're missing that. I mean, Judy is I don't know what's going. You've said it over and over. You were the one that called it out first, and I've just been kind of parroting when I write about him. What you've said is he doesn't use his hands.
Yeah.
He tries to corral everything with his body and his arms. When he went through the stretch last year of good football, he was high pointing stuff, and he appears lazy with that. And you know, he's a guy that like things need to be going well. It feels like for him to be like locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it just seems the ball finds him in those moments when he is, you know what I mean? He's winning his routes and he gains the confidence of whoever's throwing him the ball. Like, obviously, if Jameis doesn't play last year, we don't know any of this.
Yeah.
Jameis is what brought that out of him. And you're like, oh, he can be a number one, but it's hard for me to consider you a number one if it's 3rd and 6, and I can't count on you to come up with it. You have to have that. That's a quality you have to have.
Yep. So, yeah, junior high stuff. Yeah.
It's fundamental, man.
It is fundamentals.
Pluck the ball. He's a corraller. He lets it get into him, and then if it hits you wrong, it's going to, squirt out, and it's Groundhog Day, man.
Maybe we'll get a good Judy here against Pittsburgh because he was terrific against them last year in the snow. It's a good point, DeAndre. I don't know, but shorter plays, screens to Jerry Judy at the beginning of the game. Yeah, that's something I've written about too, Jeffrey. But I don't think it's worked necessarily. Like I was and I said it on the show too. I think like if you get him involved early in an end around and a tunnel screen or something, and get him some touches in the first drive of the game, maybe you get a better 60 minutes out of Judy because he's locked in.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Can we say something though? Like we talked about creativity all week, and then they ran that screen on the second play of the game. I was like, holy shit. They obviously they're listeners of the show. Yeah. They showed you some creativity and it went away. But like, that's the kind of stuff I need to see, man. Misdirection.
More of that.
Yes, please. And thank you.
Yeah. They just are very vanilla, very the same stuff over and over. Now, Judkins is a monster, dude. Yeah. Let's be real. Yes. He's going to be so good.
He already is. But like, it needs to be the identity of the team. Lean into that shit, man. Like, be that team. Because then all of a sudden the boots will work. When the whole defense is concerned, the 10's getting the rock and they're getting worn down. And, safeties are cheating just a little bit up. Linebackers, are playing on their front toes. Like, that's when that kind of stuff will hit, man. You just got to lean into it.
Yeah. I mean, to Kramer's point, and we've been talking about this too, I mean, teams are just jumping. They're sitting all over everything short because that's all that the Browns are looking to do.
They've been doing it since week 2 and ain't changed one bit. I do want to highlight something Dylan does well that I took for granted. His ball handling.
Yeah.
His play fakes. He sells. So I think that could be a big benefit for this offense.
I mean, Dylan's game, I thought he was pretty well. He did what we asked him to do. Some of those overthrows, like I think he was kind of just throwing the ball out of harm's way more than anything. Like he could have tried to squeeze some stuff in, maybe. But like they were.
I think that comes with more time and comfortability.
Yeah, they were in a position to win the game, so. I get it. Like he did what was asked of him to win the game, and I hope he does the same this week. Give yourself a chance to win against this team. Don't make the big mistake. That is the Browns' downfall. Now their downfall last week, they found another way to lose it, but typically you're going to give yourself a really good chance in the game if you are getting 2 takeaways and you have none, which, I don't know if takeaways will be there, but you can't turn the ball over against this Pittsburgh team.
Oh, no. No. They are, if you just think about what Pittsburgh is, because like I said, they give up more points a game than they average, yet they're 3-1. How does that happen? They're 27th in passing, 31st in rushing, yet they score 24 points a game with, it's because they're opportunistic. They're +7 in turnover differential, and they're the least penalized team in the league. They're not going to lose the game for themselves. That's their whole brand. So you definitely can't do that. You can't go in there and turn that ball over, especially on the road.
I don't think they've given up on Coach as a whole. I think you have some problem players on your roster.
Yeah,
maybe
losing does that to you, man. It fractures things, and it's how you lose. And
Why not? Go for it. Same game isn't working. Hasn't for quite
We
some
just did it
time.
once. We've only executed it once, not turned the
One
ball
time.
over.
Well, twice, and they won the other one. So
Well, they had a turnover in that one. They just didn't.
yeah,
Punt by Flacco, basically.
yeah. Arm punt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like the dude from Hangover.
The guy that got stuck on the roof.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Hopefully, the new cornerback won't dance for a wide receiver dropping the ball. All right, so let's talk about the other trade. Well, first, let's talk about Flacco. Do you care that Flacco is traded?
No, I didn't like. I was he got Carlos Hyde. Is what happened. AB took him out of the toy chest, so Kevin couldn't play with him anymore.
Right.
But no, because I want to see what Dylan can do. I don't need to see Flacco right now.
No.
But the likelihood is if he was still here and on the roster at some point, you would have seen him again. So they took away that from being a factor.
You think so?
Yeah. You see how hurt Kevin was? He definitely was going to play him again. There is no way around it.
So funny, man. It's crazy. Why won't this work? Oh, there it is. Okay. Put your guys' comments up on the stage there. He was hurt. He was upset. I mean, he was just surprised, hurt.
But the fact that you got anything for him is wild to me.
It's a win.
Wild.
It's a win. What of all the? I mean, why? What are the Bengals doing?
I don't know, because he solves zero issues for them. Their line is worse, and you got the most immobile quarterback you could possibly get. And when I heard that this is from Rossini, Diane Rossini said they didn't even call the Giants. They didn't even pick up a phone to call them.
That's what's the most insane.
It's crazy.
Thing. You've got two better answers in New York, in my opinion.
Yeah, they can move.
At least for them.
Yeah, they can move, man. You need someone a little more mobile.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're starting Flacco right away. What happens if he beats the Packers
twice?
You know what I mean? What do they do if that happens? It won't happen. There's going to be a lamb to slaughter. I feel bad, actually, but in the world in which they squeak out a win somehow.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. If he beats him twice. I mean, I hope he doesn't, but so the craziest thing about all this is, now let's talk about Tyson Campbell and Greg Newsome real quick. So this trade for me reeks of, I'll tell you what I think, and then you can tell me what you think. Listen, so going back to the 21 draft, my draft crush was Tyson Campbell. I wanted that dude so bad. I wanted the Browns to take him so bad. He was such a dog in college, and he's so fast. And I was like, man, I wanted him so bad. So I'm not against this because I like Tyson Campbell. Now, he had a really good first 3 years. He's had some injury problems, and then they switched schemes to zone-heavy stuff over there. My hope is, and he hasn't been bad necessarily, but he hasn't been as good in zone. My hope is that he comes back to Schwartz's scheme, and it's an ideal fit because he can play press man. He's super fast, athletic, plays the run really well, tackles really well, very physical player that you weren't getting from your corners, really.
Without Emerson? No.
Without Emerson, no.
No.
And so, and the main thing I think about this trade is we don't know what Greg was asking for, and I guarantee they've breached conversations about an extension. If he's asking for $20 million a year, which is plausible in my opinion, or in that range, then this is such a better answer. You get 3 years of player control on the guy. The majority of the guaranteed money is paid out. If it doesn't work out, you have an out after 26. Like, you just get player control, for much cheaper on a guy that probably fits your scheme better, and they get another player. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. The one indicator that bothers me is that you did it on Wednesday night of game week against the Steelers in a week that you really gotta have if you want to
Yeah.
stay relevant.
Yep.
So does that put, like, for you, does that where does that put winning on your priority list?
Okay.
Like, that hurts me a little bit.
Yeah, no, you can't argue that you're a better defense today than you were yesterday, but that might not be true in 2 or 3 weeks, but there's going to have to be an acclimation period. So does this make your defense better for the Steelers game? In my opinion, no. But that might make it better by the time you get to the Patriots. Depending on how he fits in, how he acclimates, and how quickly he can be that guy. Because everything you said is true. Every last bit. He's not a zone corner. He's a press man corner. He's physical. He's nasty. He's a thumper and run support for a corner. And 25 years old, and it's cost effective. And when you do walk away, you don't lose. This is a much better financial situation and player fit long term, but that doesn't make you better in the short term. So I agree with you there. I just think it's interesting. As soon as Schwartz started talking about it, he shifted that to Dom Jones. He's like, we're all very excited about Dom Jones. Yeah, it tells me a lot, man. I think he's going to factor in this weekend, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons they were more comfortable with doing it
potentially
when they did. But here's the thing: we don't know behind the scenes. Why did it happen now? Because if you look at it, you're like, okay, the trade deadline's here. Your bye week's here, right in front of the trade deadline. That's the optimal time to do it. You get an extra week to acclimate players. We don't know if this wasn't an exploding offer. Like Jacksonville's like, look, they're trying, for whatever reason, they're trying to make that happen. And we don't know if there are other suitors. We haven't heard anything behind the scenes on that.
Well, they might be trying to ride momentum.
Mm-hmm. And when you talked about it, like the regression, like he was, like you said, he was perfectly fine. The reason they extended him is how good he was playing in those first 3 years. But when you switch to a zone heavy scheme, sometimes there's collateral damage. You got a new coach, new GM. They're not married to this person. If he's not a perfect fit for what they want to do, and they see someone who could potentially be, and Greg is a better zone corner. He was the best zone corner the Browns have. But it's a team that runs very little zone. The collateral damage is Campbell getting shipped out. But I can't even say they're wrong. Look how many turnovers they've generated this year. It was smart of them to go to the scheme they went to. And if he wasn't a fit, we can benefit from it. I'm all for it. I just don't know what that looks like this weekend. It's unrealistic for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, he could play. And I don't, I'm not planning on seeing him too much this week. So I don't think you're better right away.
Heather makes the point that is the overarching point for me in this, and that's that the AFC North is not good right now, and it's wide open, and a win against Pittsburgh this week being, this snide of losing in Pittsburgh with people in the crowd is inconceivable. Like, it should never have gone on this long, and the past should not come into these players' minds at all. This should just be another away game. Don't think of it like that. Just go in there and look to win. I know it's hard. It's brought up that, press brought it up already.
Yeah, of course.
Tony did. Of course. Jesus, Tony. But yeah, but it's unbelievable that they haven't found a way to beat them once in Pittsburgh. It has to end. It has to end. If you were to go in and win this game, though, you are relevant. You are 2-4, what we asked for.
Yep.
And the AFC North is wide open. So that makes this a critical. This is like a kitchen sink, everything out week. Like, I need to see that from Kevin, and I haven't seen. Where's the creativity? Where's the trick play? This is everything. Throw everything at them that you have to get this win. to remain relevant,
Playing meaningful games, man.
play meaningful games. The problem is, I don't know if they feel that way in the building.
Yeah, well, that was my original fear because I just saw Newsome's gone. I didn't know the context, and I thought they maybe did it for draft picks, which would be an indication they are punting.
Yeah.
So I was so relieved of like, oh no, we got a player of consequence in my mind back.
Yeah.
I go, okay, you made the move to go get Cam Robinson. These aren't the moves you make if you are punting on the season. I want to stress this. This weekend in Pittsburgh, this is the Alamo. This is where this is your last stand to play meaningful football this year. You have to win this game. This is a must win. And it sucks you're in week 6 and having must win games. Because if you just handle your business week 1 and week 5, we're 3-2 and we're not even talking about this.
It's not like that.
At worst, 2-3, and you're not like, oh, win here or else. Like you put yourself behind an 8 ball here, and you have to win this game. But what's the story of the season been, Brad, for the Cleveland Browns? It's the rookies. The rookies ain't ever lost in Pittsburgh. And that's in my mind, that's what's carrying this team right now is the play from your rookies. So I don't think that and because we could, they haven't won there since 03 or whatever how you want to frame it with people in the crowd. That doesn't affect these kids.
No, they don't care.
That has nothing to do with them.
They shouldn't care.
No. Fannin wasn't alive
at all.
Like, what does that matter?
Doesn't matter.
You know what I mean? So
So, what's your biggest concern about beating Pittsburgh? Like, because this is not a unbeatable team.
No.
They've gotten a little fortunate, in fact, to be where they are. What has to, I mean, so turnovers, yes, can't have them, but they're doing a good job. There's a statistic I saw of their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, getting the ball out faster than
the fastest in the NFL. Yeah. Now their fans hate it because he's taking no chances.
No chances, and they're 8.
And when he does, though, he takes them to DK. He knows they're pretty.
Everybody, yeah.
But it's the discipline. The one thing that Rodgers does, and he's done this his entire career, is like if you go off sides on him, it's not just a 5-yard penalty. It's his opportunity to take a free deep shot, no matter what, and he does it. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, if Miles will, let's just go ahead and give him his one. He's going to go off sides once. That could cost you 40, 50 yards against Aaron Rodgers. He's opportunistic. If you got 12 dudes on the field and you're trying to get that 12th guy off, he's snapping that ball. They get free plays. More, he does in particular. That's something he still does. But he's risk adverse. He gets the ball out quick. As long as you tackle and you're solid in run support, they're going to be left in a lot of third and longs. Yeah. And he's not risky at this stage in his career. They have no problem punting the ball back to you.
No.
So you have to make them do that. I am concerned. The DK thing does concern me a little.
Yeah.
I don't know what your solve is for that right now.
If you get him matched up with Dom, I think Dom will play more snaps than he has.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that the way that Schwartz was talking about, like, hey, we've gotten guys ready in less time than this before. Like, I think that Tyson's going to play.
I hope he is. I hope he does. I know he also said he hadn't talked to him at that point either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. So maybe not. Maybe it is all Dom. The Dom show is fine with me. I want to see the Dom show because I like Dom, and I think he's a gamer. And to his point, he's
got the size.
He's met every challenge we've put in front of him. He said.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a Dom Jones support podcast, and I hope that he gets his shot. I mean, the Browns, fading in our chat, and I don't know if you changed your name recently, but welcome, fading. If you've had some good insight tonight in here. So welcome to the chat, as is everybody. That's why I put everybody's stuff up on the screen. I hope you guys can read that at home. But he's talking about special teams, the importance of special teams here. Special teams has been awful for the Browns.
Yeah, and even the things that we used to be able to count on, like Bork has not been good. Like
Not been good in
when
big
you have the defense you have,
spots.
you need that guy to be the field flipper and put
Yep.
offenses in disadvantageous positions.
Yeah, but they need to be They need to be on point. Yeah, good stuff. New here, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad. Hope you good to have you here.
Welcome.
Hope you're over at Brown's Film Breakdown too. If you're not taking advantage of that, Jake's Film Breakdown and our pods and stuff, as well as this podcast, do that too. But TJ Ward style says
We're talking about they're talking about Delpa in the chat, which I agree. Like when in the circumstances when the Steelers do put DK in the slot, I have no problem with Delpa drawing that.
That's fine.
But he's not going to do that a lot.
No.
DK, they primarily play him on the outside.
Yep.
Which Delpa's not doing that assignment.
And ultimately, most of the time when it's a wide receiver in the slot, it's been
Miles Harden.
They're leaning on Miles Harden.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten better. He's doing better. He's getting better by the week, I think.
Yeah, and he's also, when we talk about the attitude, he's like one of the guys out there that will punch you in the mouth.
Yep.
I like the way he's coming along, and I'm glad he's getting those opportunities. I wish it would have happened sooner.
Shmee, I just call him Shmee. His name is Schmidt, but I like to just call him Shmee. It's funny to me. I don't know, but yeah, Shmee. He has been nailing the kicks, so I'm not worried about that as much as I am
coverage units,
punt coverage unit,
Buddy.
And God forbid the kickoff coverage unit.
I think just the punt return, like, dude, we're immune to fielding the football.
Why do we have guys that? Why do we have guys that don't return? Just grab the ball.
Man, we field it, bro.
20 yards a time every time.
Let that bit roll to the one.
I mean, they put Gage in there, and he did it.
I know.
I was like, Gage, sweet, you know.
I will say this: the first one he returned, I'm like, okay, you already show me you can do what Carter couldn't. Okay, that's cool.
That's awesome.
You got to field it, man.
Come up into a crowded area,
wave that shit,
catch the ball. Instead, it's both guys.
Every yard is so precious when you're struggling on offense, man.
It bounces 25 yards, and it's happened like 3-4 times, man. I mean, Carter wouldn't field it, Bond wouldn't field it, then Carter wouldn't field it when he came back from injury, and then Gage. I mean, who is gonna have the balls to just step into, traffic, right? I think that's the issue. They're afraid of catching the ball in traffic or whatever.
And you can't be a punt returner.
Then you shouldn't be returning the punt, because that is the job.
That's the gig, man.
That is the job. Yeah.
Like what's crazy is they showed the guys who were warming up to return punts last week. They just showed them like fielding them, like on the pregame. Corley's one of them. I'm cool with it.
Give him a shot.
He'll field it.
He seems to want to play hard.
He'll field it. Yep.
If he'll field it, that's fine. I'm not expecting us to return a punt for a touchdown this season. I just want to not give up 25 yards of coverage every time. Right?
Yep.
I'm not looking for,
home run hitters. That's delusions of grandeur at this point. We just got to field the damn thing and go from there.
You would think these things would be simple, fair catching the football, but
yeah, I don't get like Dylan Sampson. Can he do it? Like,
I don't know. which brings us to another question and the usage of Dylan Sampson, his
The lack
gone way
thereof.
down 7 snaps again.
Yep.
I guess the question is this: it's like, so I don't like the idea. Just recently learned this a few weeks ago, but I don't like it that, and I understand why they do it, but I don't like it that
They let the running back
Staley
coach.
controls the usage of these guys.
Yep.
But
It's been
I
like that
get,
since Stump. Stump he had that power as well. They've only had 2 running back coaches since Kevin's been here, and they both have the power.
yeah, and I understand like why it can't always be the play caller, because
Mhm.
you have more to worry about. You know what I mean?
No, but that brings my other thing up, though. Why don't you have any 2 running back sets?
Right.
Except I get it when your fullback's Aiden Huntington. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 2 running back sets. And because my thing is, like, and we
With
heard this all
Sampson.
offseason, is they wanted to get Sampson in the slot.
Yep.
Where's that been? Where'd that go?
Where
Where'd
is
that
that?
whole theory go? Because against Cincinnati, I saw him. He can do the things. He can run the routes. He can snag the ball off the ground. He can be dynamic with the ball in his hands. I need to see that shit. And you
Yep.
can't convince me that you got someone else playing slot who's making plays that you can't take off the field. I'm watching the games. Like we're not dynamic or explosive enough to ignore the fact that we have a guy that can make shit happen.
Yes. Yeah. Could it be a development strategy, testing young guys, seeing how they do more or less snaps?
I'm trying to win games.
I just got, I just want them to
try to win games.
They lack big playability already. Judkins is a stud, and it's okay. Sampson, I believe, is a stud as well, and kind of a home run hitter. Not even that, just can make you miss in short areas and turn the corner on you. We've seen him make a shoestring grab on a little Texas route out of the backfield, whatever. Like, let's get him involved in the pass game if it's lining up in the slot or whatever it is. 2 backs, I understood the week after he got exposed in pass pro, but like, I'm not asking you to use him in pass pro. I'm asking you to use him differently. Get creative enough to use him in a different spot.
Well, especially after we heard all the slot conversation.
Fine when he's been in the game. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Jerome Ford, but he's been fine when he's been in the game.
Yeah, no, I owed him an apology. He's gotten so much better in pass protection from what he was last year that I get having him in there in those situations. It's just you're leaving meat on the bone, man. You don't have a ton. You don't have like this wealth of playmakers that you can just like, we'll give him the ball, we'll give him the ball. You got 7 snaps. I need him to have 7 touches.
7 touches.
Like that's where I'm at with
10 touches a game. That's where I'm at too. That's where I'm at. Or at least 5. I mean, give me 5 this week, and we can work in a couple more. But he's touched it once. I think he got on an out. They threw it to him on a little flare. I mean, the play you're calling. This is the problem. The play you're calling, and then whatever decision, I think we probably predetermined who that back is.
Who should be in on this, yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Well, some of them not, because
Deuce, like, that's
rotating
what makes
series.
it so confusing for me, right? Like, why? Like, if we know it's not going to be a situation where pass protection is needed and he's just going to be running a flare, or he's going to be chipping and then getting it out into the flat, then that should be Sampson every single freaking time.
Yeah. Throwing a screen to Ford, it didn't do me much. But if you could
but
get that in Sampson's hand with a couple blockers in front of him.
Yeah. And I understand that there has to be some give and take, because you can't tip your hand so often that every time Sampson's on the field, nobody's staying in to pass protect. But
well, that's the reason I'm trying to do it in double running back sets, because then Quinshon, you could still just run it with Quinshon, even though he's in the slot. And then they have to honor that. They have to honor Quinshon.
And I'm even fine with, if it's not going to be Sampson, then keep Quinshon in on 3rd down sometimes. because he's better catching the ball than Ford is. I don't know.
He's more dangerous. You need when your offense is struggling the way they are to put up points, you got to keep your dangerous players involved.
Yeah, I just I want to see more of him somehow.
I want to see more Sampson and more of Corley.
Okay.
And I know it's probably a slight uptick. I'm not asking for the world, but like you saw what happened when the one manufactured touch they had for Malachi Corley. That works. Like that
It
looks like
did.
you know what I mean? No, build off that. Show that. Don't run that for a week or two,
Yeah.
but show it and
Show it.
and keep putting stuff on tape. He's a playmaker, man.
Yeah. Chef, good numbers. Steelers are 22nd against the run. Yeah, I mean, there's no question that they can run the football against this team. I feel like they should be able to do
They're
that.
30th against the pass.
Yeah. It's not a great defense. They're living off of turnovers.
Yeah, and
They
yeah.
gamble. They take chances.
Bend, not break. They give up 24.5 points a game. They only score 24, which is, but if you look at their offensive metrics, the fact they score over 20 is a miracle. But it's because they're opportunistic and they convert. When they get a short field, they make it count. You know, that's exactly the place we need to be, where they're operating.
So just to recap, you're good with the Tyson Campbell thing, right?
Yeah. I don't, like I said, long term, I think it's a good fit. My one thing is what you said earlier. Can he stay healthy? Because if he can't stay healthy, then it doesn't matter. But then they'll walk away in 2 years anyway.
Yeah, you have an out.
Mm-hmm. There's an exit ramp on that contract.
And Jake made this point when we were talking about like it's one less thing to worry about going into this offseason. Like this was going to be a concern. Like, okay, how do we deal with the negotiations with Newsome and who's going to be our other corner? But it's one less thing to worry about. You have two starting cornerbacks going into the offseason regardless, right? So I think you solved an issue for the next couple of years, hopefully, if he can perform. And I honestly think he will perform better in this scheme by far than what he was forced to play in Jacksonville, which is not his bread and butter. So I like the move because I like Tyson Campbell, and I never really loved Greg. But he was having a good year.
Yeah, he was having the best year since his rookie year. It was a weird situation. Rookie year was great. Not great, obviously, but like a plus player. Like he was on the verge of being, a top 25 corner in the league. And then he goes inside, up and down the entire time he played slot. It was up and down. You'd feel good about it for a little bit, and it would be a liability. And then when he got the chance to play on the outside, he showed he could play. But let's be real. At no point this year was he playing better than Emerson was in 22 or 23.
Yeah.
So that was the reason he was on the inside. Can we talk about the one aspect of this trade that only I care about and no one else will care about, but I do deeply?
Can you answer this first? I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hopeful. A 1 year prove it deal. But it also depends on how Tyson finishes up this year, right?
Yeah.
If Tyson locks his spot down, maybe they're not, unless there's more. I said this wouldn't happen, man. Like Emerson maybe want to consider a switch to safety. His agent won't agree with me because they'll make less money. But I think he has the skill set and the physicality to be a good safety in this league. So if he's something he's interested in, I would prefer it be for us than someone else.
It's like we never got to see the adjustment after the bad Emerson year where he was exposed in a way that he couldn't handle the short, quick receivers. Was he hurt? We kind of thought that he was a little bit dinged up, but we never got to see. There was rumors he was having a really good camp, and the injury. So, I don't know. Where were they with that? How does the injury impact that?
Yep.
I think it's kind of like I kind of lean towards it's unlikely that they bring him back.
Yeah.
But just because the injury is so devastating,
Yeah.
I don't know
And,
what you can ask of him to do at this point.
yeah. And I
But
haven't
they
heard
would know
anything.
better than anybody. They would know better than anybody.
Yes.
They're doctors, so they'll know better than anybody. So either way, they've got corners in place that are fine right now. So I'm not like super. It's not an area that I'm super concerned with. I think they can add to the. It was at the beginning of the year at nickel. Excuse me, but
Mhm.
like, I mean, not that Miles Harden is the long term solution there, but he
He
could
could be
be.
though. It's
He
still
could be.
among the possibilities, but
Yeah,
he has to keep showing it week over week. But before we go on, I want to talk about the aspect about the trade no one's going to care
please
about
do.
other than me.
Please do.
We freed up the number 0
Yep.
for Fannin knows what to do now.
Oh, is that his?
Fannin was he was 0 his last year when he broke all the records. He was rocking a 0
Oh.
for those. So
Can you change your number mid-season?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think.
Then again, I've never seen it come available. I don't know. I'm just saying, do the thing. I'll buy the jersey the day that it goes on sale.
Kim Mitchell has since been cut. He gone. Boy, that happened fast for him, huh?
Yeah, they gave him every opportunity to succeed. Too many, in my opinion, but they did right by him. They gave him the shot, and then when he,
Yeah. Okay. We're up over an hour.
no way. Tied out.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. What's a decent corner class coming out this year? Okay. Good to
Good.
know.
It's good to know.
Good. We got to know that. Yeah, so Harden, I mean, he should be an answer.
Have we really sold that many 44s though?
Maybe.
Not that
He's
many.
kind of a
I'm
fan
not saying people
favorite.
haven't, but it's not like
He would have to buy him out. Is that part of the deal?
yes, the ones that are in circulation.
Really?
Yeah, it was the reason that JOK didn't do it originally to go from 28 to 6.
So then what happened with why did he do it later then?
I don't know, he thought it was worth it at that point. I don't know.
Did he have to buy out the ones that were already out
I
there?
don't know because he did. Maybe if you do it at the end of the season, it's not the same thing as it. Like he couldn't do it mid-season.
Yeah.
Like because I don't know. I know that was the rule when they first announced you could do that. That was part of the deal, and he spoke on it about wanting to go back to 6, but he wasn't going to, put up the money for it.
So there's a lot of people out there calling for Kevin's job.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And I am not I like Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a supporter of Kevin, and I want him to, but more than anything right now, I want him to do better so that I can continue to be a supporter of him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like he's having a very good year. Plus, but there are mitigating factors. However, there are things that I think he could be doing which are better. Anyways, the point of that I even bring this up is, who are the top coaching candidates potentially out there, right? That you're talking about. Do you know who they are?
Say that again. I was reading a comment. That didn't make sense to me.
Who are like the leading probably like
hot seat candidates?
Yeah. Who are the candidates that you would like look to replace him with?
Oh yeah.
So number 1, Joe Brady.
Mm-hmm. I've heard the name.
Todd Monken. Dan Pitcher, Cliff Kingsbury, and Drew Petzing. I have no interest in any of these guys except for maybe Brady.
Yeah.
And I need to know more about him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not to that point where I'm even looking at who to get in here next.
I guess my point is that there's not a lot of great options out there, so let's maybe he can pull it together here, right? So
yeah.
Chris says,
But when we talk about like the shortcomings from this year, and you could even go back to like, okay, this was your game plan, but you knew what this offensive line was, or you were lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And how you got to think about how you're going to win these games. And when you're losing games in the margins, to me that comes back to the coaching, and
Jim,
that's what I saw.
Jim, I can never the Gruden thing. I can't take seriously anymore as a head coach.
Yeah,
he's become a cartoon character.
Yeah, he's funny in that role, and I'm cool with him being in that role.
He's great.
I can't give him any power over my football viewing on a week basis, though.
Yeah, but he can't go back, and I can't take him seriously as the head coach anymore. Munkin is not coming back 100%, and neither in Petzing was here. So that list is uninspiring for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was worth mention.
People are calling for Cav's job. People are already.
Yeah, who you want to replace him with?
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Do you see it? Do you see him getting fired in season?
No, I guarantee. I would put lots of money on the fact he's not.
Yeah, it doesn't even compute to me that could be an option.
I don't think it is.
So like people are ready though, and you see Schwartz like, why not Schwartz?
I don't know what that solves. What does that solve for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's a DC. Some people are best in those roles. Everyone wants to make it more than they are.
Is that for me? Is that the offense is not inventive enough right now?
Yes. Well, we talked about it, right?
Issue. I don't have an issue with Kevin as a leader or really anything. I just have an issue with what they're doing schematically. So solve that. Like, we need the Kevin that used to sequence plays well together. Yeah. And there was one drive on Sunday that was kind of like that, right? And but like that's just been missing for some time. And there's, like I said, there's mitigating factors. His offensive line is awful. In pass protection, they're just awful.
But there's another 15 teams that fit that description who managed to make shit happen.
I agree.
That's why I get bummed out, man. It's when Kevin was rolling, it was like, okay, runs look like passes and passes look like runs, and he was catching people a foot off the merry-go-round, and now it looks so fucking predictable.
And he would each week, it was like he found a way to put a wrinkle in that would take advantage of something that they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you found on film. And I just haven't seen any of those things exposed this year.
Nope. And it's regressed. You're
not winning. You're losing the coaching battle, I feel like.
Yeah. And then when you talked about this a long time ago, it's like, okay, if your head coach is an offensive-minded head coach, you can rotate the coordinators, and it really doesn't affect the end product.
Right.
But when you're an offensive-minded head coach and your offense is not doing well, then what do you do here? Right. What is, because when I think about defensive guys that become head coaches, it's more of the culture that they bring and the accountability in those things. But you have to find offensive geniuses to pair with that guy, because if not, you'll just have a good defense and a shitty offense. And but you can win like that if you can get that marriage. But when you're the offensive-minded head coach, that part has to be, that has to work. Or what are we doing? It's more scheme than anything when you have an offensive head coach. And we're stuck in neutral, my man, on that side of the ball.
Jeffrey says he thinks we should give Tommy Rees play calling. I don't know about that.
I'm not there right now, but if you need another 3 weeks of just being stagnant and not making shit happen, and we get to that bye, I could see that being one of the changes if they were going to change in season.
I don't know if it gets better.
No, I don't either. There's no guarantee that it does.
Tommy is. I think Tommy's gone after this year. Back to a college game. Probably gets a head coaching job somewhere, but
Probably North Carolina.
could be. Could be.
He was their runner-up. They went with Bill.
I mean, didn't UCLA fire their coach or something, or somebody did.
Yeah, they did.
He was listed as their top candidate immediately. So, I mean, the college game wants him back badly. He can have his pick of jobs. I think he would be smart to take one now, if that's where he wants to be.
Yes, if that's where he wants to be, maybe I don't know.
He may not want to be there because the college game is a mess.
It's different than what it just was when he was there a couple years ago. The landscape's changed so dramatically because of NIL.
You're not just coaching football, you're doing a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, you don't just recruit a player to get him there. You got to recruit him every single year to keep him.
Every year.
It's going to be exhausting.
Oh, Jim. He's dedicated to his bringing Gruden stuff. I would have listened to it years ago. I think he's off his rocker a little now.
And enjoying it.
Yeah, he's great. He makes great content.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Let's flip Reese for Marcus Freeman. Oh, boy. I'm not so into the college coach coming to the NFL either.
It depends if we're talking about a lifer. Like Freeman, I'd be interested to at least get him in for an interview. See what his thoughts are at the next level. I want a young innovator.
Totally different ballgame. It's like a different sport.
I know, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't. Like, if you're young and adaptable is different to me than if you're some guy, lifer. Like bringing Urban in when Jacksonville. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want some guy who's been there for 20, 30 years, and now you're going to bring him in the NFL. Bring some young innovator if you're going to go that route. But at the end of the day, if they do move on from Kevin at the end of the season, whoever you get's not going to be like top of the bill.
No. That's my problem. There's something to be said for continuity, and not continuity just for continuity's sake, but there is something to be said for. I don't know. He has to show me some things by the end of the year for me to even go down that road. But let's see what happens, right?
Well, that's it. That's just it, right? Like, for me, it's the number, and my number's 7. Look at this schedule, man.
Yep.
Like, if you can't get to 7 wins with this schedule, I'm going to have to be out on you, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know these aren't ideal conditions. I need you to win in non-ideal conditions. I don't know what to tell you. When you got the Jets and Dolphins and Raiders and Bears and Titans, buddy, Sunday was a very winnable game against Minnesota. You let get away. That shit can't happen going forward. The very winnable games, you got to win them. It's a must. I can't have it any other way. Yeah, I'm like that's going to be my barometer. Are you winning the games you're supposed to win, or are we? Yeah. What the fuck are we doing here?
Exactly.
And then I'm going to need you to win 1 or 2 that you shouldn't win, because that's the NFL.
Yeah.
You got 1 in Green Bay. I'll give you that. Okay, that's 1 for that ledger. I'm going to need at least another one. Whether it's the Bills or the Niners or whoever, you're going to have to win a game that you're not supposed to win. But the games you're supposed to win, I'm going to judge harshly if you blow those ones.
Gotta get them. Yeah. Yeah. The blueprint's the same this week.
I know. No one wants to hear it because they want things to be dynamic and more downfield shots. It's like, I hear you. I don't think this is still weak for that. Keep this bitch on the rails and win an ugly game. Go win a rock fight. I don't give a shit.
It's a heavy dose of Judkins.
It better be.
It's some timely, schemed up plays. It's um, you know, try to create some easy stuff for your quarterback early. And then, hopefully he takes to that. Cam Robinson hopefully plays better. You get a better tackle protection. Hopefully,
Hopefully
I
Conklin can
wasn't
stay as healthy
encouraged.
as he is, because that made a big
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Just having a
So,
professional right tackle.
um, but I think it's a winnable game if you play within those parameters again
Mhm.
and let your defense raise havoc. They're going to try to get the ball out early, but so did the Bengals,
Mhm.
and the Browns did a great job taking away his first read and buying enough time to create some havoc. That should be he. Schwartz talked about it. He said the Bengals did the same thing. Should be the same approach this week. Take away his first read, give your guys enough time to create some chaos in the backfield. Yeah. So, I mean, a win here changes everything. Changes everything. So, I'm putting everything I got into it.
It's the Alamo.
It's the Alamo. Yeah. Shows? Anything you watched?
I'm up to date on my Peacemaker. I finished Untamed, so I'm moving on to Black Rabbit this week. That's my next goal here. I think season finale for Peacemaker is tonight.
The what is?
It's the season finale.
Oh boy.
For Peacemaker.
Yeah, I haven't diving into that yet. You know what I did start? That's I just barely started it. But the Monster series with they did Dahmer and the
Ed
Menendez
Gein.
brothers.
Yeah, Ed Gein's story. Yeah,
the Ed Gein story.
With Charlie Hunnam,
played by the guy from
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, which is one of my favorite all-time series. Yeah. He wants to know who's the main character in Peacemaker.
In my mind, is Vigilante, although it's 100% Peacemaker. The Vigilante, one of my favorite characters.
All right, Chef. That episode of Peacemaker was so good, says Jeffrey. Yeah, but so this Ed Gein story, I don't even know. Do you know anything about this? The background of this? You do?
Yes, I do. He's the basis. He is the basis for modern movies, like monsters in modern movies being humans. Before Ed Gein, the monsters in movies were Dracula, were Frankenstein, were the Wolfman. After he did the sick shit he did in Wisconsin, things were based off him. Michael Myers is based off him. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, which is probably the first example of this, where the monster was just a dude and terrifying. Is because of Ed Gein.
Anything for me? Okay, so interesting. All right, interesting. So yeah, I don't know about the history of him, so which makes it more interesting.
Yeah, 2 words: sick fuck. Enjoy your show.
Yeah, he's a weird, but like it's weird to see Charlie play this character with this high voice, and he's very eccentric. Like,
yeah, I love it.
So
show me you can do that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so we'll see how that turns out. Just started it. And then what else? What else is there?
Oh no, I saw a new movie this week though.
What?
Boy Kills World. Sound off in the chat if you've seen this batshit action movie. Boy Kills World.
Where's it on at?
I watched it on my Disney Plus app. I don't know if it was probably Hulu if I had to guess, but it's on my Disney Plus app, so I get all that shit through there.
Huh.
Okay, do you know did you see the remake of the movie It?
No.
Okay. I don't know how to explain them to you. It's Bill Skarsgård is the main guy. He played It when they remade It. He was Pennywise the clown. He doesn't speak in the movie, man. It's like a dystopian, futuristic world, and it's a revenge movie. And as a kid, through this incident, he was left deaf and mute. So in the whole movie's in his head, like the voice is in his head. But because he doesn't remember what his own voice sounded like, he gave himself a voiceover from a video game, a fighting video game when he was younger. And it's batshit crazy, dude. It was amazing. The action sequences are phenomenal. It's wild. It's a wild ride. Boy Kills World.
Okay.
It's fast paced.
Condor continues to get very good. So I recommend that.
Are you up to date with Task? Did another episode come out?
Task is so good. Oh my god.
How many episodes are we in?
Man, we're getting close to the end, I think. We got to be 5 or 6 in. And I very much love the bear. The bear is amazing. Jeff.
Never seen one episode.
Oh, so good.
Seen so many clips. I like most of the actors. So
yeah, so good. Fast paced, great acting, great dialogue. My screen changed. So the bear is terrific. Won all those awards for sure. But yeah, this Condor show is very good. Task right now on HBO. Oh, best show on TV right now. Terrific. High drama. Like really great acting. The guy with the long hair. Who is that?
He was in Banshee. He plays the deputy that was a skinhead.
That's right.
He was outstanding in Banshee.
He was outstanding in Banshee. Banshee is badass. Yeah, but Task is really great. So I highly recommend if you have HBO Max, watch Task. Get caught up on it. It's terrific stuff. That's about it, though. You got anything else?
No, man. No, I don't want it to get dark awfully early, man. This weekend's huge. This Sunday's huge. I wish we weren't at it already in week 6, but like this will determine my mood going forward for this team.
It's not the end of everything if they lose. Do you really believe that? Like they can't run off 4 in a row after this?
Do I believe they'll run off 4 in a row after that? I don't believe they will. No. But tell me, like, if you just live in this utopia I'm about to paint for you. You beat Pittsburgh, you beat the Dolphins, and you beat the Patriots going into the bye. The vibes would be immaculate, man.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Is there bye after this week?
Who?
The Browns?
No. I said you beat the Steelers, then you beat the Dolphins, and then the Patriots, and then you're bye.
Oh.
You have 3 games. The Patriots put a pretty good fight, and it's in New England. That's a tougher game than I thought it was going to be going into the season.
Yeah.
So I'm not chalking any wins, but just look at that. Even if you get 2 of the next 3, man, you're.
Ooh. Last question.
Yes, sir.
Survivor this week. Still alive in the high stakes one. There's only like 11 people left. Okay. I feel like I should go for more of a sure thing, but I was going to take, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to take the Patriots again, but I was going to take the Patriots over in New Orleans. I think that's who they play this week.
Is it in New England or is it in New Orleans?
I think it's in New Orleans. I'm looking. Hold on. But yeah, that's a tough call for this week. Like, when there's only 11 left, or 18 left. Sorry, 18. You know, let's see. New England at Saints.
At Saints.
Yeah.
I really haven't looked ahead to the slate this week to see if I mean, I'm sure you've already
Is
burned
that
some
too
teams up here.
risky?
Who have you used to get to this point?
I've used the Cardinals, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Broncos. There's got to be one more, but they must be on a bye this week. So, but yeah,
You still got some heavy hitters though.
I do. But like,
But you
am I
want to burn
saving them for
burn up
too
the gut.
long?
Yeah, you want to save those till the end.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But there's only 18 guys left, or 18 people left. Like Titans, Raiders. I don't want to touch that. I could take the Packers over the Bengals. It's probably a pretty easy win.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Lions, staying away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Bills, Falcons. I could take the Bills.
Yeah, Bills aren't going to lose 2 in a row before their bye.
Commanders and Bears. I don't feel strongly about that.
No, Daniel should be coming back. I don't know if they get McLaurin back this week or not.
Ravens, Rams is tough. Seahawks, Jaguars is. You could take the Chargers against the Dolphins.
Chargers got no defensive ends now.
I
Got
know.
they got no tackles.
It's
a shame for them. They look like they were like this season looked like it was going to be a big one for them. Just a lot of crucial injuries.
49ers and Bucks. I don't want to touch that. Panthers, Cowboys. I already took the Cowboys. This would be the week to play the Cowboys. Jets play the Broncos. I already used the Broncos. So,
all right. So after everything you just said, here's my gut feeling.
Yeah.
Green Bay over Cincinnati, the Rams over the Ravens. The Ravens are decimated. I don't think they're winning that game, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think Cooper Rush is beating Matt Stafford. I don't.
Okay.
And then I do think the Patriots should beat New Orleans. Although New Orleans they've been friskier than I thought they were going to be. It probably still won't result in a ton of wins, but they're frisky. But New England is playing well.
So you don't, yeah, but I shouldn't use it on that game. It's too risky, right?
Yes, in New Orleans, I don't know. And the Patriots are still a young team.
So you like the Rams over the Ravens, huh?
Yeah, I think they'll do pretty bad things to that Ravens team. I mean, dude, they're just decimated. I'm not gonna cry for the Ravens, but like, boy, they're going through it. And their buys on the other side of it, and they should get some people back after the buy. But they're like signing safeties off the street right now. They're Lamar hurt. They're not the same team. They're just not.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but you can't go wrong with Green Bay over Joe right now.
I put the Rams in there for now. Whoop. Yeah. So they're my placeholder for the moment, unless somebody changes my opinion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching All Eyes on Cleveland. Any parting words, Case Dog?
Hold fast.
Hold fast.
Sunday will come.
Go Browns.
Let's
get one.
Let's flip the whole thing. These rookies, let's start a whole new culture of winning in Pittsburgh with these rookies.
The Alamo.
I don't know what their shitty name is now, but I'm not going to know it. So,
yeah. Browns win. Get Snide off their back. Get back into relevance. Boy, it would be a dream, wouldn't it?
Oh, dude. And just the winning in Pittsburgh by itself. It changes the trajectory of your season and the vibes. And give me across that 20-point line, man. Give me 220. I'll take 20. That's fine.
Yep. I'm with you.
Boom.
Let's get it. All right, thanks for watching. Get over to Browns Film Breakdown. Become a member. Appreciate you guys so much. Hit like, subscribe. Keep coming back. Tell a friend. All eyes on Cleveland. Casey Kinnamon. My name is Brad Ward. Go Browns. We are out.